Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Monday, November 29th, at 3:26 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 574 headlines from 106 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. Bodies hanging from Mexico overpasses, powerful drug cartels are back to their old tactics. I watched 60 hours of MyPillow CEO Mike Lindell's 96-hour election fraud live stream so you don't have to. Here are 5 things you missed. Kevin Stefanski throws up hands, we get 4 interceptions and we get no points off it. Woman attacks Spirit Airlines flight attendants, gets restrained by passenger. Interfaith love a risk amid India's Hindu nationalist surge. Shanghai cancelled over 500 flights, closed schools, and suspended hospital services because of 3 COVID-19 infections. Trouble in the QAnon universe is brewing as Trump ally Linwood accuses Stop the Steal of being a deep state campaign. Arizona University students demand administration to withdraw Kyle Rittenhouse, killer off our campus. White House doctor who raved about Trump's health now says Omicron is election ruse. Trump's ex-lawyer Michael Cohen said the investigators looking into the Trump Organization could indict Donald Trump tomorrow and be successful. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. As Omicron variant cases spread, countries rush to impose travel bans. Live updates, CNN. Ghislaine Maxwell's accusers say she sexually exploited them. Here's what her trial may reveal, USA Today. Live Now, all the Cyber Monday MacBook deals we're seeing, TechRadar. Facing shortages, Canada taps its strategic reserves of maple syrup, CNN. U.S. health officials urge more vaccinations as they work to answer 3 key questions about the new Omicron variant, CNN. U.S. stock futures, oil rally as sentiment steadies, Reuters. Omicron COVID variant poses very high global risk and is likely to spread, WHO warns, CNBC. Ex-Defense Secretary sues over withheld material from Trump-era memoir, The Guardian. Next on Trump's 2024 list, an out-of-the-box running mate, Politico. Kanye West's used cars from Wyoming sell for nearly $500K at auction, TMZ. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. The Supreme Court case may be the final battle in the long war on abortion rights. Give your Christmas playlist a makeover with 2021's best new holiday songs. Former Pentagon Secretary Mark Esper sues agency for significant redactions of memoir. Matthew McConaughey says he's decided not to run for Texas governor. Michael Cohen calls Trump's big lie the biggest grift in U.S. history. More Omicron coronavirus cases pop up as world rushes to learn more. GOP governor says Kevin McCarthy should condemn Lauren Boebert's Islamophobic remarks. Lindsay Lohan announces she's engaged to boyfriend Bader Shamwaz. Key clergy sex abuse whistleblower dies at 69. Pioneering fashion designer dies at 41. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Food pantries eye rising food costs. Passenger riding in back of truck killed in crash. Brain injury survivor appointed to state board. Toy drive held for those in the giving spirit. Man captured after police standoff. Family of hit and run victim ask for help. Family seeks change in police pursuit policies. Child found wandering alone returned to parents. Mother continues to seek justice 5 years after son's murder. Family, friends mourn mom, 6-year-old daughter. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, the New York Times. The women who died after abortion bans. Global markets steady as investors reconsider the unknowns of Omicron. Countries close borders as more Omicron cases emerge. Opposition candidate takes big early lead in Honduras election. Climate change driving some albatrosses to divorce, study finds. The Omicron variant is creating a lot of anxiety. Snowstorm leaves dozens stranded in remote UK pub. Hunt for the blood diamond of batteries impedes green energy push. What I learned testing my dog's DNA. Taliban and 9/11 families fight for billions in frozen Afghan funds. The following headlines are from the sixth most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Jussie Smollett taking the stand could be a double-edged sword in alleged hate crime hoax case, attorneys say. Texas dad accidentally shoots, kills daughter, 11 while hunting, report. Packers and Apis, Davante Adams reveals he shot down Odell Beckham Jr. and Apis' initial jersey swap ask. Kevin Pausman, Blue Jays agree to 5-year deal, reports. Lincoln Riley and Apis' move from Oklahoma to USC and Apis, genius, and Apis, Heisman Trophy winner says. 13 Omicron cases in Portuguese soccer team. As Omicron threatens US, is Biden up to the task? Omicron and Apis, variant of concern and Apis, has arrived in North America. Merriam-Webster chooses vaccine as the 2021 word of the year. Omicron variant poses very high global risk, unprecedented number of spike mutations, WHO. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Monday, November 29th. The next headlines are from the 8th most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. It'll be a dawdle, AJ Bell to launch new commission-free app. Nicola Sturgeon calls for 8-day isolation for all travelers. 156 EasyJet passengers face night at Liverpool Airport. School COVID chaos, unions demand ministers go further and force children to wear coverings in class. Selling Sunset realtors look very different in throwback snaps from before they were famous. New COVID travel rules face furious backlash from air industry. Calendar of Jack Grealish's cabs are flying off the shelves ahead of Christmas. Storm Arwen, pubgoers spend another night trapped inside pub by snow. Ex-Attorney General Sir Geoffrey Cox defends second job. Amanda Knox's husband lashes out at Meredith Kercher's cruel murderer Rudy Good. The following headlines are from the 9th most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is the Washington Post World News Feed. As the Omicron variant arrives in the West, wealthy countries are reaping what they sowed. Mob attacks Pakistan police, fails to grab blasphemy suspect. WHO chief, Omicron shows need for global accord on pandemics. COVID positive Czech president swears a new prime minister from within transparent isolation box. Barbados to cast off Queen Elizabeth II as Prince Charles watches. Lebanon's president in Qatar for talks over Gulf crisis. Couple detained on plane after leaving Dutch quarantine. UK set to expand COVID vaccine boosters amid Omicron fears. Hate crime attacks by Israeli settlers on Palestinians spike in the West Bank. Japan shuts borders to non-resident foreigners in response to Omicron variant. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. COVID Live News. WHO says very high global risk from new strain. Portugal identifies 13 Omicron cases in Lisbon football team. It takes a village to raise a child. Is communal living the future of parenting? Sophie Brickman. FTSE 100 rebounds as oil rallies despite worries over Omicron variant, Business Live. I applied for LA's basic income program, and the process was startling. Beto and the Spanish name game in the Texas governor's race. White rhinos flown from South Africa to Rwanda in largest single translocation. It is not biology, women's chess hindered by low numbers and sexism. Snow blankets north of UK in the wake of Storm Arwen, in pictures. Stealing Chaplin review, charm pays and messy crime caper. How far-right extremist groups face exposure from army of hacktivists. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. Needing a break, snooker player falls asleep during match. COVID-19 live updates. WHO says overall global risk of Omicron variant is very high. UAE eases drug laws, no more jail for those bringing in THC. Nissan investing in electric vehicles, battery development. Matthew McConaughey won't run for Texas governor in 2022. Former Pentagon chief sues to publish material in memoir. Key moments since Jussie Smollett reported Chicago attack. Northwest residents urged to stay alert as storms roll in. Man can revive suit against New Orleans over police beating. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. COVID, South Africa's president calls for lifting of Omicron travel bans. Oscar Pistorius set to meet victim Reeva Steenkamp's parents. COVID, Dutch police arrest quarantine hotel escapees. China, North Korea fugitive captured after 40-day manhunt. Macau casino shares fall after illegal gambling arrests. Barbados prepares to cut ties with the Queen. Ghislaine Maxwell's sex trafficking trial to begin in New York City. Omicron, is India ready for a third wave? Joseph Kabila and Dr. Congo's missing millions. Venezuelan migrants seeking a new home in Chile. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. U.S. needs weeks to learn about Omicron's transmissibility, Dr. Fauci says, COVID-19 updates. On this day, November 29, 2005. AP Top Stories November 29. Kishida vows to step up Japan defend summit threats. Interfaith love a risk as India nationalism surges. How space tech can help the world fight the pandemic. 5-year-old fatally shot by Minnesota teen making social media video on Thanksgiving, police say. Omicron cases found in Canada, UK, experts warn new variant could be in US undetected, latest COVID updates. Toddler, who went missing after father's pickup truck wound up in a river, found dead. AP Top Stories November 28. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. Photos, Christmas returns to Hollywood. Omicron variant spreads globally, sparking fears of winter COVID-19 surge. 4 suspects identified in Home Depot smash and grab robbery. Beverly Hills police investigating anti-Semitic flyers left at residents' homes. How to protect yourself amid Omicron variant alarms, here's what we know. Facing new Omicron variant, LA County urges mask wearing, testing, vaccinations. San Diego Comic-Con is back, and the heroes are masked. Can former Scientologists take the church to court, or are religious tribunals the only recourse? As LA prepares to enforce vaccine mandate, businesses expect some unpleasantness. Crime on LA trains, buses rises as riders return, poor people are suffering the most. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Monday, November 29th, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More from other news sources is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. Disney Plus appears to censor episode of The Simpsons in Hong Kong referencing Tiananmen massacre. COVID-19, 6 Omicron variant cases detected in Scotland, authorities say. Japan to effectively close borders to all foreign visitors as Omicron fears grow. No severe COVID cases among vaccinated patients infected with Omicron, top Israeli expert says. Young people bearing brunt of COVID-19 resurgence, intensive care unit doctor warns. Ukraine. Zelensky alleges Russia plotting coup against him for next week. Australia's spy agency predicted the climate crisis 40 years ago, and fretted about coal exports. Japan PM to step up defense amid China, North Korea threats. Swiss vote to approve COVID restrictions as infections rise. Swiss voters have given clear backing to legislation that introduced special COVID-19 certificates under which only people who have been vaccinated, recovered or tested negative can attend public events and gatherings. Iran, protests on water shortages turn violent as police arrest 67. Botswana says foreign diplomats who tested positive for COVID-19 on November 11 upon leaving the country are confirmed to have been infected with the Omicron variant. Hong Kong firms scoop up properties from Chinese developers in distress. Brazilian authorities burned more than 60 river dredging boats in a crackdown on wildcat miners drawn to a major Amazon tributary by rumors of a gold find. Israeli government approves immigration of thousands of Ethiopian Jews. The next headlines are from Forbes. New COVID variant causes oil to plunge as demand picture clouds. WHO says Delta, boosting vaccinations. Still agency's priority as first cases of Omicron variant detected in North America, Scotland. Reopening borders versus travel bans, how different countries are reacting as Omicron spreads. Why January is the time for Ange Bistec allows Celtic to speculate to accumulate. Weak Hyan raises $343 million by cutting Evergrande stake for first time since IPO. Matthew McConaughey announces he won't run for Texas governor in 2022. Philippines Gitamo E-Group buys Malaysia's Munchi for $454 million, boosting Southeast Asian footprint. MLB free agency buzz is fun and a buzzkill because of impending work stoppage. Brands see underwhelming sales growth on Amazon's Black Friday. Sacramento Kings Alvin Gentry has the reputation to rebuild Marvin Bagley. The next headlines are from Nature.com. Victories against AIDS have lessons for COVID-19. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,747,729,676 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. BBC Studios sets development deal with Moabulu's Ebony Life Media. From Thierry Fremox's Film Week, Netflix backing and buzz titles and 10 takes on Ventanosur 2021. David Tennant's Around the World in 80 Days set for second season. Jules Verne adaptations continue with Journey to the Center of the Earth. Last Tango in Paris making of series in the works from CBS Studios and Greg Silverman's Stampede Ventures. Viacom CBS, named group team to launch new Pluto service in Nordics exclusive. India's Abhishek Bachchan on Kahani spin-off Bob Biswas, sports franchises. Grantchester producer Kudos takes stake in podcast company What's the Story? iFoluminous player Travesti Odyssey debuts trailer exclusive. Raoul, a World War II series following a Swedish ambassador who saved Jewish Hungarians, set by SF Studios, SVT exclusive. The Simpsons episode censored in Hong Kong on Disney+. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. How Black tech entrepreneurs are tackling healthcare's race gap. Saudi Arabia and China are accused of using sports to cover up human rights abuse. Democrats go on the offense with Biden's agenda to avoid a repeat of Obamacare battle. Leftist claims victory in Honduran vote, setting up a showdown with National Party. As Omicron spreads, studies suggest that travel bans alone don't do much good. Carrie Meek, pioneering Black former Congresswoman, has died. Clan politics reign, but the family is divided in the race to rule the Philippines. Renowned fashion designer Virgil Abloh dies at 41 after a private battle with cancer. Omicron variant spreads to North America, Australia and more of Europe. The Ghislaine Maxwell trial is about to begin. Here's what to watch for. The following headlines are from the week. Is the Omicron panic just the beginning of the way we live now? America is looking down a barrel of population collapse. 6 book recommendations from Shay Earnshaw. Merriam-Webster's 2021 word of the year is vaccine, the runner-up is insurrection. Biden meets with COVID team on Omicron variant, is told we won't know its threat profile for 2 weeks. QAnon star Michael Flynn recorded calling QAnon total nonsense, according to Linwood. Virgil Abloh, leading fashion designer and artistic polymath, dies of cancer at 41. Matthew McConaughey says he won't run for Texas governor at this moment. Dutch Health Ministry confirms 13 cases of Omicron variant. Swiss voters uphold COVID restrictions, approve increased healthcare funding. The next headlines are from Universe Today. NASA launches DART to learn how to defend the Earth from a future asteroid impact. These are the news headlines for today, Monday, November 29th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. Total solar eclipse of December 4, 2021. Comet Leonard, now's the time to start watching. Why is Venus so bright? The constellation Cepheus, the king looks like a house. Big-nosed dinosaur species discovered. Twilight in 1, 2, 3 stages. The next news is from Politico. Britain calls urgent G7 health ministers meeting to discuss Omicron variant. Omicron outbreak turns up lead on European Union over vaccine access. European Union, NATO stress unity on Belarus and Russia. Hundreds of House districts are being redrawn. Here's who's winning and losing. Dems want Biden to start swinging at Republicans. Allies aren't sure he can. The House GOP musical chairs that could keep Stefanik as number 3. This smacks of something gone awry, a true tale of absentee vote fraud. The FCC's shoddy maps could upend Biden's broadband gold rush. Next on Trump's 2024 list, an out-of-the-box running mate. Department of Justice, ban an attempting frivolous effort to turn court case into media spectacle. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. The latest illustrations from artist Kathy Wilcox. The latest illustrations from artist Matt Golding. The latest illustrations from artist Andrew Dyson. Best of Cartoons, November 30th, 2021. Man rushed to hospital with life-threatening injuries after Hilton assault. Best of Cartoons, November 29th, 2021. Victorian health authorities rule out suspected Omicron case. It's 1,766 miles to the Solomons. We've got a full tank. Police employ new tech to stop DV offenders evading interstate orders. Like the virus had taken control, Caroline Wilson opens up about COVID-19 battle. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. Brett Aarons is raw, the pros and cons of borrowing to buy stocks. Kelley Blue Book, Toyota's new electric SUV, everything you need to know about the 2023 BZ4X. NerdWallet, what travelers to Europe need to know about rising case rates and new restrictions. NerdWallet, what's new at the Disney parks, and some ways to save money when you go. Kelley Blue Book, the 2022 Audi A6 serves up driving performance with a roomy, elegant interior. Next Avenue, confused about whether to get a COVID booster? Here's what to know. The Moneyest, please help. My brother took out $20,000 in student loans in my father's name without his consent. My parents refused to take action. Futures movers, oil prices claw back some of Friday's rout, as OPEC reportedly set to delay technical meetings. The Moneyest, I'm a proud, unvaccinated Trump supporter. 2 of my siblings have not spoken to me in a decade. Should I cut them out of my $7 million estate? Dow Jones Newswires, Japan to bar entry of foreigners in response to Omicron variant. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. New Australian COVID killer to be tested by a division of the National Academy of Science of Ukraine, PR Newswire. Slush gives science-based innovations platform to bloom, Mirage News. 5 for Vacuum Technology welcomes this year's Roentgen Prize winner Dr. Dasha Elena Neladova, MarketScreener.com. IBM IP chief talks strategy, Ericsson's Vonage patent haul, hot the demand for 5G IP, Chinese open source revolution, Novo Nordisk's $3 billion IP driven by, plus much more. I am. Hub 71 and Khalifa University to accelerate opportunities for exceptional students to become CEOs of their own companies, Al-Balda. Kaiser, innovation is the region's foundation and destiny, Roanoke Times. The next headlines are from Quartz. India's parliament withdraws 3 controversial farm laws just like it passed them, without debate. The world reacts to Omicron. Texans are bearing the cost of keeping the working class out of the State House. Will China be as unequal as the U.S. is by 2025? When will we know how well COVID-19 vaccines work for the Omicron variant? How the Modi government wrecked India's small businesses. The doctor who discovered Omicron described her patient's symptoms. Why does Quebec have a strategic reserve of maple syrup? New COVID-19 variant, Ethiopia's battle lines, gonna SkyTrain. The following headlines are from TechDirt. Funniest most insightful comments of the week at TechDirt. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Stock futures. Matthew McConaughey. Spider-Man, No Way Home. Browns vs. Ravens. Lady Gaga. Vikings vs. 49ers. Notre Dame football. Oklahoma State football. Billy Napier. Virgil Abloh. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Are Russia and Germany set for a split? Ukrainian celebrity throws raunchy party on Soviet famine Remembrance Day. Prince Charles comments on rumors he questioned future grandchildren's skin color. Guess what Merriam-Webster picks as word of the year? Mass murderer Breivik sent letters to survivors and their relatives. Omicron outbreak confirmed in Scotland. Bitcoin surges as crypto rebounds from sell-off. We were getting messages. Russian tennis comeback rescues Serbia. Queen ousted as Barbados decolonizes. Queen's Brian May apologizes for interview about woke culture. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Leaked docs reveal Germany is urging Congress to thwart Biden admin sanctions on Nord Stream 2. The race for nuclear fusion is going private. 62% of Swiss citizens vote to keep COVID vaccine passports. The US dollar implosion, questions to consider for non-Bitcoiners. UK Army re-establishes permanent Germany presence directed at Russian threat. Luongo, being thankful is the path to victory over Davos. Jim Quinn, fear of our escalating power is leading elites to increasingly reckless directives. Chinese spy ship stayed 3 weeks off Australia's coast, observing military bases. US refuses to engage with Marshall Islands on nuke damage. Canada's Indigenous health expert fired after pulling Liz Warren Pocahontas Act. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. Iran and world powers begin Vienna talks to restore nuclear deal. Georgia's ex-leader Saakashvili goes on trial after hunger strike. U.S. trial of Epstein associate Ghislaine Maxwell to begin. Ethiopia denies attack on Sudan, blames rebels for violence. Indian parliament votes to repeal farm laws after Modi's U-turn. Venezuela's Maduro calls EU election observers spies. India using cyber volunteers to silence critical voices, report. Sri Lankan troops break up Tamil remembrance of Civil War dead. Are US-led sanctions worsening Afghanistan's humanitarian crisis? Asia tightens borders as Omicron clouds regions return to travel. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Watch, Matthew McConaughey says he won't run for Texas governor. Mobs of thieves loot multiple Best Buy stores in Twin Cities on Black Friday. Astounding and alarming, Rand Paul scolds Fauci for saying I represent science. Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer faces hospital crisis, 85% of inpatient and intensive care unit beds occupied statewide. Michael Cohen, Donald Trump is guilty of crimes, they can indict him tomorrow. Exclusive, large migrant group rushes border in West Texas. Exclusive, Christian Ziegler, pro-freedom conservatives are fleeing to Florida to be free. After son's death, mother may hear baby's heartbeat again. 2024 poll, 36% of Democrats unsure who they support if not Biden, 13% want Kamala Harris. Looters ransacked numerous retailers across country throughout Thanksgiving week. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. People enjoy surprisingly deep conversations with strangers, and new study finds benefits. This week's inspiring horoscopes from Rob Bresney's Free Will Astrology. Government save rare old-growth trees from further logging on 10,000 sq miles of BC forest. NASA and SpaceX launch first rocket to test defense against giant asteroid by starting with small one. Winner of 2021 Dyson Award goes to first ever device to monitor glaucoma symptoms from home. Spectacular coral event this year spawns hope and billions of babies for Great Barrier Reef, look. New 988 feet suicide prevention hotline will include texting option to make it easier. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Monday, November 29th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. A bunch of cooks, Michael Flynn described QAnon as a disinformation campaign in recorded call. A New York City woman's coffee table was discovered to be part of a dance floor from ancient Roman Emperor Caligula's party yacht. Lucian Freud denies painting is by him though it has been authenticated by experts. Man who poses with plastic crocodile learns the hard way that it's alive. Green MP Julianne Genter rides bike to hospital during labor at 2 a.m., gives birth to baby girl. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. Sorry Australia, anti-troll laws won't protect anyone. How to build a dev knowledge base ahead of your next job. This backup power battery and solar panel set can power your home for up to a week when the lights go out. These 10 e-learning bundles could start your 2022 on a career-expanding note. How NASA spacecraft will smash into an asteroid and save Earth from harm next year. The next headlines are from Information Week. Harness your heritage, building an IT future on past success. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Monday, November 29th from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Analysis, freshman running back comes through in clutch moment, other observations from BYU football's win over USC. BYU women's volleyball gets number 11 seed in the NCAA tournament. The rise of uphill skiing, why more Utahns are skipping the lifts, skinning to the top, and willing to pay to do it. Real Salt Lake beats Sporting Kansas City 2-1, advances to Western Conference Final. This is when Utah's ski and snowboard resorts expect to open. USC issues apology for offensive chant during BYU football game. Feds eye natural gas line needed for Intermountain Power Project conversion from coal. Navajo Nation Council in favor of protecting more of Utah's public lands as federal wilderness. Gondola would be corporate welfare for Little Cottonwood Resorts, Robert Garrick writes. Tight and stressed Utah Jazz aim to make the game fun and more winnable by playing selfless basketball again. The next headlines are from Slashdot, Tech News for Nerds. How a dream job streaming on Twitch can become a burnout nightmare. Former Uber employees cleared of illegal spying. Malicious actors are compromising Google Cloud accounts, installing cryptocurrency miners. EU complaint accuses Microsoft of anti-competitive bundling of OneDrive, Teams and Windows. Raspberry Pi trading could go public this spring. World chess champion urges quicker games, is also rich. Sony and AMC offer NFTs to Spider-Man advance ticket buyers. Microsoft builds new green data centers in Wyoming, invests in Wi-Fi, education, roads. How to read a jellyfish's mind. Halo Infinite, fun to play, but newer gamers complain its reward system is slow. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. Lewis and Clark Community College will stay closed this week after cyber attack. The Jim Edgar interview, Illinois former governor looks back on his legacy, offers advice to GOP hopefuls. St. Louis County Police search for missing teenager. Metrolink service halts after train strikes person near Maplewood Station. Owners of St. Louis Post-Dispatch try to ward off hostile takeover. Worker shortage prompts cuts to Metro bus service. St. Louis police recover property stolen from vehicles. Missouri wants to keep outsourcing unemployment call center. Large fire reported at recycling business in East St. Louis. Secret boyfriend, a Missouri family's outrageous con that ended with a 2015 murder. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. Post-holiday travelers face busy airports and roads. Comic-Con wraps up final day in San Diego. Police Academy's diversity push shows progress in 2021. Dr. Seuss art, never-before-seen collection showcased in San Diego County. Fauci fires back at Cruz over COVID claims about Chinese lab. Police ask for help in 12-year-old's death from stray bullet on Thanksgiving. Omicron, what we know and don't know on new COVID variant. Indiana woman vanishes under mysterious circumstances in San Diego. Black Friday crimes, our latest in string of high-profile SoCal robberies. Elderly woman still missing despite large-scale search. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. AM General develops hybrid electric version of iconic Humvee. Iveco delivers 500th Guarani armored vehicle to Brazilian Army. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Monday, November 29th, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. French bulldog stolen at gunpoint in Oakland. Driver rams into CHP car near Bay Bridge Toll Plaza. Republicans struggle to save funding for Trump's border wall. Josh Duggar trial, a timeline of events and everything to know. Person shot, killed near Lake Merritt after trying to stop car burglary, police. Get a jump on Cyber Monday shopping with the best deals currently available. 49ers beat Vikings 34-26 for third straight win. Passenger zip-tied, arrested after assaulting flight attendants at Nashville Airport. How to keep your Christmas tree alive a little longer, according to a farmer. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Broncos win over Chargers, tightens up competitive AFC West. Cook carted off with shoulder injury, Samuel hurts groin. NFL Today, Week 12. Aurora police rescue 5 from burning home, officer among 6 injured. Light over darkness, Arlington Heights celebration ushers in Hanukkah. Nunda TWP Highway Commissioner sues Township Board over levy dispute. Runners dash through Palatine for inaugural charity run. Police pursuing leads in deadly shooting near Gurnee Mills. Grammar Moses, enjoy some Thanksgiving leftovers. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Drought is ongoing in Angola, Democratic Republic of Congo. Drought is ongoing in Democratic Republic of Congo, Kenya, Somalia, Tanzania, Uganda. Drought is ongoing in United States. Drought is ongoing in Algeria, Morocco, Tunisia. Drought is ongoing in Bhutan, China, India, Myanmar. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Chile. Drought is ongoing in Italy. Drought is ongoing in Angola. Drought is ongoing in Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, Russia, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan. Drought is ongoing in Nigeria. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Monday, November 29th in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. U.S. health officials work to answer 3 key questions about the new Omicron variant. Dense fog advisory through 9 a.m. Monday. Everything is lost, family of 4 in need after Southwest Houston townhome fire. Citgo Distinguished Scholars, Natalie Din. Matthew McConaughey says he won't run for Texas governor. Man fatally shot in head outside Southwest Houston apartment complex, police say. Shots fired during robbery attempt at Russo's Pizzeria near the Galleria. Hanukkah 2021, everything you need to know about the Jewish holiday. Fashion designer Virgil Abloh dies at 41 after private battle with cancer. Canada, Netherlands, Australia latest countries reporting cases of Omicron COVID-19 variant. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Gift from the Heart is Biden White House Christmas theme. Log in, dozen stuck in England's highest pub after storm. WHO members eye pandemic preparation, as new variant emerges. Indian lawmakers repeal farm reforms after a year of protests. Global stocks mixed after new virus variant spreads. 4 more added to Taiwan's key high-risk countries list. Iran nuclear talks to resume in Vienna amid muted hopes. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. After ballot measure bust, state lawmakers make new push for voting rights. Fans sing and pay tribute to Broadway great Stephen Sondheim on an ordinary Sunday. Succession Power Rankings, too much birthday. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. Still not clear whether Omicron COVID variant is more transmissible or more severe than Delta, WHO. First person, disability reminds us that there is no such thing as normal. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. World Medical Association chair demands national lockdowns, compulsory jabs, fears COVID variant as dangerous as Ebola. Freedom to Travel Act of 2021 introduced in Congress. FBI and other agencies paid informants $548 million in recent years, with many committing authorized crimes. New York declares a healthcare state of emergency over a COVID variant that doesn't exist in the state. Facebook's race-blind algorithm found 90% of hate speech directed toward white people and men. New variant, new travel restrictions, new lockdowns. Video, de Blasio admits Cuomo killed thousands. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Fashion designer Virgil Abloh dies of cancer at 41. No, the Rittenhouses haven't sued Joy Whoopi Goldberg for defamation. Was this black cowboy the inspiration for the Lone Ranger? USGS, magnitude 7.5 earthquake strikes northern Peru. Can your iPhone notify you if it's going to snow? Is this Easy-E with Betty White? We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. Democrats can't save voting by bringing back the Mr. Smith filibuster. Grossly underwhelming, Biden pressed to step up opioid response. Auction houses sell off Mexican history to the super elite. Russian spy Maria Butina is living the American dream, in Russia. Did archaeologists just find evidence of Hanukkah stories? Gitmo jailers tried to break him for 15 years, they failed. The Border Patrol agent who threw away his badge. Succession takes us inside Kendall's disastrous, cocaine-fueled 40th birthday bash. How struggling Princess Charlene was mistreated by royal snobs. Inside a divided Politico, playbook drama, woke police fears, and union fights. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Shop Lululemon's best picks for Cyber Monday 2021, leggings, bras, more. Joe Biden was involved in a deal with a Chinese giant, and was expecting a 10% cut. Man allegedly gropes teenage girl on Bronx bus. Food delivery man slashed, robbed inside Manhattan elevator. Long Island cops investigating second French bulldog dognapping. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. What animals might teach us about living longer. Full interview, Dr. Anthony Fauci looks back on COVID-19 response. Cryonics, putting your future plans for life on ice. The world's oldest trees. The oldest trees on Earth. Biden promotes small businesses as stocks take a hit over Omicron fears. Countries reimpose restrictions as new Omicron COVID variant cases emerge. U.S. restricts travel from several African countries to slow spread of new COVID variant. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. Jussie Smollett hate hoax trial begins Monday, almost 3 years after alleged attack. Matthew McConaughey won't run for Texas governor after all. Mayor-elect Adams had Euro trip planned this week, but may cancel due to Omicron COVID variant, sources. No doubt new Omicron variant will arrive in U.S., Fauci says. Omicron variant detected in 2 people in Canada. Remains of Wisconsin mom missing since September found in nearby woods. Build Back Better can pass by Christmas, says Klobuchar. Encanto, House of Gucci fuel Thanksgiving box office. Texas woman found dead days after signing $250K life insurance policy, husband arrested. Louis Vuitton artistic director Virgil Abloh at 41 after secret cancer battle. The following headlines are from military.com. U.S. Navy destroyer makes rare port call in New Zealand. Widow of Korean dictator issues apology over brutal rule. Army SID offers $1,000 reward to help identify remains found on Fort Bliss in March. Some fear China could win from U.S. spat with Marshall Islands. U.S., 6 other nations urge tight ban on arms sales to Myanmar. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. 54 slayings, more than 80 charged, as Chicago's gangs have changed, so have federal RICO prosecutions. Birders rush to Waukegan after rare South American bird spotted over the Thanksgiving weekend. Why Chicago officials like their chances to win major grants in $1 trillion infrastructure bill. In wake of city closures of mental health centers, new space in South Austin aims to fill the gap for community in moments of crisis. 5 people shot, 1 fatally, Sunday evening in Evanston. Virgil Abloh, prolific Illinois-born fashion designer and Louis Vuitton men's artistic director, dies at 41. Famed fashion designer Virgil Abloh. CTA bus driver stabbed while confronting pickpocket on North Side, suspect charged. Chicago Bears Hall of Famer Dan Hampton arrested on drunken driving charge in Indiana. Jussie Smollett to go on trial in alleged hoax attack that once captivated Chicago. The following headlines are from FIS.org. UK warns of Arctic shot after 3 killed in storm. Climate overwhelming driver of Australian bushfires, study. Endangered gazelles spring back in Jerusalem Park. Mexicans hope for recovery of monarch butterflies. Researchers try producing potato resistant to climate change. Researchers identify behavioral adaptations that may help Antarctic fishes adapt to warming Southern Ocean. Community policing found to be ineffective in improving trust or reducing crime. Testing social scientists with replication studies shows them capable of changing their beliefs. Creating a less fragile diamond using fullerenes. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Monday, November 29th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. The 5 best dog foods for pugs. What weather should we expect this winter? Cats know where their owners are. 5 of the most isolated peoples on Earth. The 24 best dog foods for dachshunds. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. Washington State learn NCAA volleyball tournament fates. AP source, Blue Jays reach deal with pitcher Kevin Gausman. Heavy rains, rising river waters bring more flooding to saturated Northwest Washington communities. John's son, Brad goals put Devils over Flyers, 5-2. Colorado holds off Stanford, 80-76 in Pac-12 opener. Beverly scores 17 to carry Kentucky past Radford 88-75. Uncashville rout St. Andrew's Presbyterian 106-36. Lily Jr. scores 24 to lead Brown over Quinnipiac 72-61. Stroud leads Kennesaw State over Charleston Southern 89-52. The following headlines are from mercurynews.com. Horoscopes November 29, 2021, Don Cheadle, success will come knocking at your door. 8 essential ways to have a stress-free holiday season. Word game, November 29, 2021. Bridge, November 29, 2021. Ask Amy, out of nowhere, my girlfriend sent me an unthinkable text. 5 things we learned from the Ravens' 16-10 win over the Cleveland Browns. Harriet Cole, his expensive gifts become weapons when he's mad at me. Mike Preston, Ravens have only one style of winning, and that's ugly commentary. Miss Manners, I'm furious at the Grinch who stole my Thanksgiving. Dear Abby, my husband unintentionally insults my friends and says it's how he was raised. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. COVID-19 jobless aid flowed abroad to enemy nations. Mark Esper sues to publish material in candid memoir of time in Trump's cabinet. Matthew McConaughey will not run for Texas governor. Maryland police fatally shoot man with knife in Glen Burnie. Not good news, Omicron variant raises more COVID-19 fears, travel bans. Canada confirms first cases of Omicron COVID-19 variant. Inside the Beltway, Kamala Harris, Pete Buttigieg 2024 ticket seen as a possibility. Virginia will test sewage to help predict COVID-19 outbreaks. Governor Tate Reeves defends Mississippi's abortion ban as case goes to Supreme Court. WHO criticizes travel bans on southern African countries. The next headlines are from The Intercept. An animal rights activist saved a sick baby goat from a farm, and faces years in prison. Lawyers for accused 9/11 plotters say government withheld public information. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Monday, November 29, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. Tenants need sensible protections, not outrageous demands. 14-year-old boy critically wounded in back-of-the-yard shooting. 2 shot and wounded driving in Ravenswood. Horoscope for Monday, November 29, 2021. Michael O'Brien Super 25 High School Basketball Rankings for November 28, 2021. 1 killed, 4 teens wounded in Evanston shooting. Finishing eludes Blackhawks in 2-0 loss to Sharks. Is it deemed for Postmaster General Louis DeJoy? Sure looks like it. Volunteers rescue sandhill crane with plastic around its beak. Man found shot to death in South Chicago. The next headlines are from the Times of India. 12 Rajya Sabha MPs suspended for indiscipline. Teams face conundrum ahead of IPL retention deadline. Reliance Jio increases prices of prepaid plans, comparison. Omicron scare, government issues new travel guidelines. In pics, Serbi Channa in a rough Alsari sets the tone for a brighter winter. Majority of farmers are unaware about MSP. Ashwin becomes India's 3rd highest wicket taker in tests. Parliament passes bill to repeal 3 farm laws. Why WHO did not name new COVID variant issue. Why Visa is complaining about RuPay to the US government. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Monday, November 29, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. Preview, the snowy day at Houston Grand Opera. Houston Texans lose to New York Jets, 21-14. Want a whole lot of Zep? Things to do, upcoming food and drink events in Houston this week. The next headlines are about world records making news. Weymouth sees influx of elves for world record attempt, BBC News. P&G Health commemorates Iron Deficiency Day with a new Guinness World Records achievement, at News. Sanav, 8-year-old Indian creates world record, The Print. David Cederholm aims to break world record, Tennis World. 228 centimeters, 15-year basketball phenom is a terrifying NBA prospect, Fox Sports. 15-year-old Valieva sets another world record with spectacular short program NBC Sports, Oakland News Now. TPG Telecom sets new world record for 5G video and voice call, Itwire. It's a lovely town. This morning's Josie Gibson praises lovely Weymouth community during world record elf attempt, Dorset Echo. World's lowest paid captain on the verge of equaling world record, Nation LK, the Nation newspaper. Mikaela Shiffrin has a World Cup record, and, finally, a rival, the New York Times. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. Every country with the new COVID-19 variant Omicron, so far. You can get an NFT with your ticket to see the new Spider-Man because of course that's a thing. Canada's maple syrup cartel will release 50% of its sugary reserves amid shortfall. Elon Musk tells Tesla employees not to sprint like crazy to deliver cars and focus on reducing costs. Australia proposes new law to force online platforms to out internet trolls. My Hero Academia finally reveals one of its oldest secrets. Train to Busan creator Yeon Song-ho is down for a third movie, when he's got the time. Stone Ocean's delightfully colorful opening brings JoJo's Bizarre Adventure back to CG. Open Channel, should video game shows remain animated, or go live action? Indian government tells Starlink to stop selling satellite internet until it gets a license to do so. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Mardi in Australia at 111.02 degrees Fahrenheit or 43.9 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Agayakin in Russia at minus 54.4 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 48 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. All the best Cyber Monday 2021 deals we can find so far. All the best Cyber Monday 2021 video game deals we can find, in one place. The Ancient Origins of Glass. We transformed a London bottle into a game to get fewer people traveling by car. How Foundation preserved Asimov's big ideas while bringing the story to vivid life. This decorated mammoth ivory pendant is 41,500 years old. The best smartwatches and fitness tracker deals for Black Friday weekend, updated. The best Black Friday 2021 weekend deals on Apple devices. The following headlines are from Raw Story. High-stakes Iran nuclear talks to restart. Defense Department blocked Mark Esper's tell-all book, so he's suing. Republican caught denouncing vaccines to Fox News and supporting them to CNN just hours later. Hasn't the Trump family had enough riots? Acosta lambasts Donald Jr. for his hope of an uprising. Matthew McConaughey says he won't run for Texas governor following Beto O'Rourke announcement. Flynn asks tactical Middle East questions during classified briefing, while secretly working for Turkey, Central Intelligence Agency. Dollar Tree is a favorite. Millionaire Lara Trump complains about dollar store price increase to $1.25. Central Intelligence Agency releases detailed report about what it was like to give Trump an frequent presidential daily briefing. Acosta and medical doc say former Dr. Ronnie Jackson has become an embarrassment. Roger Stone whines over Trump allies being held accountable for breaking the law. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. Anonymous Republican bravely stands up to Kevin McCarthy. Republican governor says GOP leader should condemn Boebert's bigoted remarks. MAGA congressman falsely claims Omicron variant is part of plot to rig 2022 election. How the infrastructure bill will help the West manage mega fires. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. Genre Roundup, the best in new crime fiction, Financial Times. Looking for alien life, seek out alien tech, Wired. Alien organisms could hitch a ride on our spacecraft and contaminate Earth, scientists warn, Space.com. The next items are the top results for news about longevity and immortality. Sunday morning primetime special, Forever Young, Searching for the Fountain of Youth, November 28, CBS News. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Monday, November 29, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. Pentagon launches preemptive strike on Senate UFO law. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Monday, November 29, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. News i8 is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by News i8. All rights reserved.